It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddy S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S.
Welcome. Yes, we are an hour late. We were doing some homework, some stuff. My son came to see me.
Happy birthday, Freddy.
It's his birthday.
34. Do you remember what you were doing 34 years ago today?
Making him.
I don't think you were making him. I think your wife was delivering him.
Look at Peacoat Man here. I don't remember what I did when I was 34. I don't remember what I...
Remember what you did the day he was born?
I remember the day he was born. They stole my mother-in-law's car. Her brand new BMW.
He'll be in on Thursday. Maybe he still has it.
No, he didn't steal it. They stole it on 168th Street in Manhattan. And after the ordeal of him giving birth, I go downstairs to walk into her car. We were exhausted. And she parked in the tollway zone.
Oh, well, there you go.
So I said, well, the city has the car. So he called the city and said, no, we don't have the car. So, long story short of it, the car was stolen.
Bless you, never got the car back.
Ever.
Wow, happy birthday to you.
That's what happens with Freddy.
But, got a new baby, Father's Day, first-time dad, stolen mother-in-law's car. Busy day for you.
I wore a Rangers jersey, and I went to the hospital, and everybody thought I played for the New York Rangers. It was so funny, because anything I wanted, I got. Oh, can I get a soda? Can I get this? Can I get that? Anything I wanted, they got it, and everybody was whispering because they thought I played for the Rangers. And they said, can you sign an autograph? I said, yeah. I'm thinking to myself, why? Don't you play for the Rangers? I was laughing so hard. I said, yeah, I do, but I'm not a starter. Is that true?
Not true. Remember what you did when you were 34?
No, I don't. You remember? I have no idea.
I guess I was raising my kids.
34, where the hell did I live?
My God, Chelsea was 9. I had a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old. Kind of crazy when you think about all that.
I might have been, I knew I was in the Bronx, but I don't know if I was at Hollywood already or I was at the house before. I got to think now. Now you got me thinking.
Anyway, happy Tuesday, everyone, as we reminisce and go down memory lane. It was nice that he stopped by, though. Happy birthday,
He shocked me.
Freddie Jr., which is really nice. Grace came in with a new friend, and you got to love Grace and Bernie, man. They are funny.
You got to vote for Mr. Bernie Corn is running for mayor of Boca, and from my understanding is we're going to be housing him. Oh, look at frickin' Frat is here. What's up, Lifeguard?
Oh, good.
Lifeguard is here.
Okay, that works. Andre.
Today.
All right, happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to the Midday Show. It's a little quiet, but we got a lot of things done. Check your inbox. Our newsletter went out for February. It's see what you've been missing out on new shows. And, we actually got an email from someone that saw the new shows that we're putting out and said, how can they be a part of it? So that's exactly why we send out the newsletter, to let you know what's happening here at the studio with our crew, with the cafe show, and all the goodness that goes with it. A lot of cool stuff, and we have a new editor-in-chief. She's going to be starting in March with a new newsletter. So look at new format, new movies, new things that she's going to be putting in place, new snippets when we're out on the road. She's got a whole new idea. So Daniela Pacheco is going to be putting that together, our new editor of the Cafe Gazette, which is pretty cool.
I'm looking excited to that stuff.
Right, good stuff. We've got Helen Archer joining us of the Cosmic Astrology Society, and I honestly, my phone has been blowing up for the past week of people asking Helen questions. And I said, ask Helen. Here's Helen's number. Get a reading from Helen. Contact her at Cosmic Astrology Society. Apparently, there's a whole thing going on with Mars now going straight and coming out of retrograde. I think that's it, not the other way around. Whole lot of things happening in the planets and why people are feeling the way they're feeling. Change, uprisings like she said were going to happen 6 months ago are now happening. Oh my God, she did it again. But we were not here last Tuesday, so we missed a week to see what's happening.
It's going to be an interesting show.
And then skincare is coming in. Brianna reached out and we met someone, Aura Skincare, talking about facial, rejuvenation, aesthetics. needling.
The fountain of youth.
The fountain of youth, and we can take your
right.
bottle of water that has microplastics in it by now.
No, it doesn't.
Can't drink it,
Yes,
but
you
we
can.
can look at it. We can look through it and
You
see
can
what we got.
bathe in it.
Or that. What else you got cooking for today? Anything else?
I got nothing else. Well, we get started with Helen.
All right, so before we bring Helen over, we have an intro, so let's roll it. And there she is. All right, Helen Archer of Cosmic Astrology Society. You can follow her on social media, on TikTok now, and on Facebook. I see her on TikTok all the time talking about relationships and what to do, what not to do, to hold strong, to let them break apart. A lot of information on
A lot
TikTok.
of information, yes.
All right, Helen, welcome back. Happy Tuesday to you.
Oh, I'm glad to be back. I missed you guys last week.
We missed you also. What is happening in the planets and the stars?
Well, as you mentioned, Mars is stationed direct, and now it's in full force forward motion. And hopefully by the middle of April, when it gets out of Cancer, we'll be able to move ahead with the projects and plans that we started.
So what does that mean that Mars is now direct? What was it doing to everybody, and what's it going to be doing now?
Well, last summer and fall, when we had all those storms, Mars had entered Cancer, and then on Election Day, it entered Leo, and was in Leo for a few weeks before it turned backwards. And all throughout December and January and February, it's been going backwards in the sign Cancer. So Cancer is the sign of this country. We have 3 planets in Cancer that give us all the benefits and beauty and landscapes and, wealth that we have in this country. And so it also rules the system that we have, the democracy and everything, which is usually at odds between the two parties. So we've had a lot of back and forth. We've had a lot of changes. We're making changes in government, trying to make everything more efficient. But because Mars is in Cancer, it's stirring up controversy. So we have debate, we have controversy, and I think all of this is going to start settling because we also now have the Sun in Pisces, which is positive for Mars. So I think we'll come to compromise. I think we'll come together. And health-wise, the Cancer rules the stomach and the digestive system. So Mars has been disrupting and upsetting a lot of people's digestive systems. And so we have to get to a healthier routine, which is what we're in process of doing right now.
You had talked about uprisings, change in government, change in power, and I see it's happening now. People are revolting. They're saying they're standing up for their rights and what they believe in.
So that started mostly when Pluto entered Aquarius. I said it was a new age. People have been asking me all over the place, is this the start of the Aquarian age? Is there hope? Is there change? And I say, yes, power to the people. No more dictatorships, freedom of speech, freedom of happiness. And Aquarius is a sign, that's like utopia oriented. So Aquarius wants to see everybody do well, everybody be happy, everybody fulfill their goals. So they have causes that they adhere to and support. So Pluto in Aquarius is taking away the power of the plutocracy, which we had when it was in Capricorn for the last 22 years. And all that bureaucracy has built up, all the power in the hands of a certain amount of people with wealth have built up. And that has to change. So the New World Order is giving power and wealth more to the people, but those who would oppress the people, those who would stand in the way of that kind of progress are all going to be either toppled or deposed, or something will happen where they will give up the power or the people will take it away from them. So the other thing I wanted to discuss was, my prayers go out to the Pope, and I hope that he does well, but I feel that part of the change in leadership, part of the change in power is also going to extend to Christianity and the Catholic Church, because we have that node now, the North Node in Pisces, And as you know, Pisces is the symbol of Catholicism, the fish. And the reason it is because when Jesus was born, Saturn and Jupiter were in the sign of Pisces, which was the star that the wise men followed. It was the coming together of those two planets, which it does every 20 years. But in that particular era, it was in the sign of Pisces.
Interesting.
So the North Node in Pisces shows that there's like a resurgence, a growth, a change, and more devotion in the Catholic Church and in Christianity in general, people turning inside, people turning to a higher power, people increasing their intuition and cosmic knowledge. So I feel one way or another there's going to soon, as a result of the eclipse that's going to be in Pisces in the middle of March, we'll probably see some kind of major change in the Catholic Church.
Wow. And that's all, can you imagine? It's all within the stars and the planets of alignment when Jesus was born. I mean, you talk about a biblical significance and proportions
now,
of what's
a lot of
going
people
on.
say that, it's against the Bible to be an astrologer, to do mysticism or psychic things. But actually, I think it was Pope Gregory the 16th, don't quote me on that, who put a passage in the Bible that said it was evil, that astrologers were evil, but actually there's many references in the Bible to astrology, including the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 sons of Jacob, the 12 apostles, the 12 trees, the 12 branches, and the tree of life. And the entire poem, To Reap and to Sow, is based on the planetary movements and when it is a time to reap and when it is a time to sow, as predicted by the planets.
So the number 12 is significant in planets and the Bible?
Yes.
Why is 12 significant?
12 is also the branches of the tree of life, but it's significant in astrology because the planets orbit in and out of what's called the ecliptic of the zodiac, which is an egg-shaped circle, and in that band of the zodiac are the 12 constellations, which constitute the signs of the zodiac. So the planets orbit in and out of the 30-degree span of that 360-degree circle, which contains the 12 constellations.
Did you realize all that?
I had no idea.
All those coincidences, but yet are they?
Oh, I guess not. If it's been studied, right? I mean, it was part of the way they used to do things back in the day, with the pharaohs and all that.
And the ancients, I mean, isn't it unreal that the Egyptian symbol for the sun is the circle with the dot in the middle? And same thing with the Incan Egyptian, depiction of the sun is the same circle with the dot in the middle.
Wow. Fascinating. Things I never knew. But yet when you hear them, you're thinking, wow, that's just amazing how it all comes full circle.
But it makes sense.
It makes sense, right, when you explain it? 'Cause I think there's a lot of things we go through life assuming we know, or we just take for granted that it is, oh, what's your sign, never really thinking about the wholeness of what that signifies.
No, it's amazing. But then, life is complicated, space is complicated.
I think we've made it complicated because it seems like if we go back to some simplicity, it's a little more easier to understand than the complications that we add to things.
True.
Well, because we want to classify and analyze, and we need technology, so that, requires classification and analyzation. So that's the sign Virgo, which is now, the South Node is in Virgo. So all those technical and analytical and detailed things are going to be really, really important for the universe to move ahead.
Interesting.
We have to master those details.
And we're in Pisces now, correct?
We're in Pisces. We have Venus in Aries. So relationships are robust. People want to be involved in relationship. People have more sexual desires because Aries is a fire sign ruled by Mars, which is the planet of sex. So people want to get going in relationships. But They're going to jump first and look later. So you have to be really careful, and you have to take it one day at a time and not try to push for relationships or your desires or demands to move ahead. You have to temper your demands, or you're going to ruin the relationship.
So prepare for a
Heartbreak?
a boatload of bad relationships.
Or not, or you just you don't
not what I'm
expect. It's just
trying
one
to
day at a
impart.
time.
No, it's going to happen. She just said it. It's
But-
just not going to be effective. It's going to be ineffective.
Now, what happens is, during this eclipse, and let me get the exact date. So Venus is going to go backwards on March 2nd.
What does
It's
that
in
mean?
Aries. It's going to go backwards on March 2nd. By the end of March, it'll go back into the previous sign of Pisces, which is the more clingy, relationship oriented sign, wants more closeness, whereas Aries, it wants the pleasure of the relationship, but maybe not so much of the responsibility. So when Venus retrogrades, that's not a good time to start a new relationship.
It's a good time
not
to
a good
break up
time-
relationships.
It's impossible.
To break them up?
It's impossible to break them up. You have to work with them. You have to put them on hold. You may go back to a previous relationship that you thought wasn't going to work out, that you had to work at some more, because with the nodes in Pisces, relationships are karmic. You have to work out a balance and a harmony if you want to end the relationship. You can't just walk away and say, oh, it didn't work out, or oh, we had a controversy and I'm not speaking to that person again. That's not going to be a formula for success.
So you have to fall in love again to break up. That's
have
what you're
to-
telling me.
You have to break up and then fall in love again.
Interesting. This is after March
And then
2nd.
break up.
Well, March 2nd is next week, this weekend.
No, it's next
we-
week. Huh?
So it's going to go backwards, and then on the day of the eclipse, which is the 14th, Mercury is going to go backwards. So we need to get everything in place that we possibly can this week and the beginning and to
So
the
you should
middle of
break up
next
this week.
Huh?
You should break up this week. That way you don't fall into the other week of when you shouldn't break up.
Well, a lot of relationships got started over the last 2 or 3 weeks, that are going to be tested. And we'll have to see how we feel about them.
Divorce rates are down 26%.
That's a good thing.
But not getting married is up 86%.
People don't want to get married. I understand that, especially seniors. They refuse to get married. They don't
Well,
even
why would a
want to.
senior want to get married? Minus Sally. Why would they want to get
Because
married?
people don't need to get married in order to get social acceptance for their relationships,
Changed.
for their children, nothing. It's all changed.
So you got
people are a
married for
lot
all the
more
wrong reasons?
Open-minded about it.
It's okay. So you get married for all the wrong reasons. Social
Some people
acceptance.
do. Some people get married for,
Wow.
financial and other considerations.
This Venus thing better hurry up. Because it's true. Think about it. You have to break up now in order to break up. Because if you break up next week, you ain't breaking up.
Now, people get married for, as you always said, which I could never believe you said it because I never thought of it that way, but you happen to be correct. Now, as I look at things at this later age in life, for financial situations, right? For
It's a business
stability.
deal.
I never thought of it that way.
Wow.
But a lot of times it is 100% a business
It's a
deal.
business deal. My parents showed me that too. Except they
But
said
they were in love.
Oh, yes, what you're supposed to say. I don't know. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. But it's okay. They were together 66 years.
So I think if you get married young, or you get married as seniors, it's different. Somewhere in the middle, it becomes definitely a business deal.
But when does a senior begin? At the age of 40? At the age of
No.
30? At the
No.
age of 50? When does it
50.
begin?
Well, physically it begins at different ages for different people, but basically people are considered to be seniors after 50.
Well, I know some seniors at 40. I do.
Like I said, everybody's different, but then there's some people are late bloomers,
Late
I
bloomer
think if you
senior.
can't have children anymore, then you consider it a senior. If your
Yes.
body stops bearing children, you're
But what
no
if you couldn't bear children to begin with? That doesn't make you a senior.
Sure.
So the thing with Venus and Aries is, Aries is the sign, it's the first sign, it's the sign of me first. The opposite sign, Libra, is the sign of partnership and of compromise and of coming together and achieving a balance. So the problem is that we have to go from just thinking of ourselves And being in a relationship, considering the other person, that's a problem that Venus in Aries has difficulties in achieving, and that's why when it retrogrades, we have to work at the relationships to bring them to the center point where we can compromise and be happy that we're not going to get everything we want. We're going to get some of what we want, but we have to give too.
But you hear what you just said?
What?
You gave me two signs that find it difficult to be us. It's always about them. And now I have to understand to compromise so that they accept it's all about a little bit about us and a little bit about them. So you don't win in that situation. All three circumstances is all about the one person's being about themselves.
I don't know. I find that in a lot of relationships, there's
Am I
one
wrong?
person who's always making all the sacrifices in order for the relationship to stay together. And so as a result, they're unhappy because they don't feel fulfilled and given equal attention, equal consideration.
Get equal attention. I get that. I get it. But then my question to you, O Swami, is are they always feeling that way? So no matter what you do, they're going to feel that way anyway.
I don't think so. If they get some concessions, they feel a little better. But we also have Mars in negative aspect to Venus in Cancer.
Okay.
So negative feelings of resentment and feeling like you've been passed over or you're not getting enough attention have been augmented during this Mars in Cancer cycle.
That's happening right now.
That's happening now. So we
Okay.
have that square. So like I said, we have to come together in the Libra middle, which rules the relationships, the happiness, the consideration. And then on the other hand, for Libra, if we keep giving and giving and giving, eventually Libra gets to the point, or relationships get to the point where they're like, tapped out. They don't want to give anymore. So you can't keep expecting them to give. You have to come to the middle. You have to compromise.
So that's the one that's not accepting it. The one giving is the one that's going to stop giving, right? But the one taking is the one that has to come to this whole conclusion.
Or not.
And
They
we
may
have
continue
a
to take.
week before we get into this whole training of getting them to accept the conclusion. This is a no lose situation.
So the other thing I want to say about the Venus in Aries going retrograde with Mars going retrograde,
Okay.
there's certain fads in fashion and cosmetics, and I'm noticing everybody's got big hair, everybody's got blown up cheeks,
Lips.
and whatever, they're all
It's
like
big.
not themselves.
Big
So
lips.
this is like a fashion trend. There's certain, like clothes and shoes and jewelry and other things that are fashion trends, fashion fads. So now is not a good time to invest a lot of money in something that's really trendy, that's going to be a fad, because once that Venus ends that retrograde, that fad is going to be over.
That's
So you
the
should-
middle of March.
Huh?
That's the middle of March?
The end of March.
That's the 2nd of March till the end of March.
End of March. So don't blow up your lips because you may grow a third lip, and then you're really gonna regret it. So it's just
There you go.
wow. I didn't realize that. Wow. Anyway, foot and mouth.
Interesting.
You have any good news?
Well, you're a Pisces. You got a birthday coming up.
Yes.
So what? Again, you have any good news?
Well, it's a good time for Pisces. Mars is in good aspect.
What's so good about it? I'm surrounded with people taking. I'm surrounded by people. Next week, I got to strain them out to balance just to break even on a deal. Where's the goodness? Where's the, I want some. No? She laughs. Oh, I can see where
That's
that's
because
going.
you never take.
Well, it's not true.
You always give.
How can I take? What am I supposed to do? Ask somebody that always
much
takes
as-
to give?
As much as you complain about everything, Jupiter is in Gemini, which rules your business, communications, public relations, advertising. All of that is in good aspect. Jupiter is moving forward, so some of your deals should come through. The only thing is, don't sacrifice too much, don't give too much, and make sure that you hold out until you get the right deal.
That's a good news. Okay, I'll take that as good news. That's good advice. That's good advice 12 months of the year. That's good advice. Because there's always a deal on the table.
There's always a deal on the table, so right now it's the negotiation, it's the brainstorming, it's the technically creative ability, and that is in effect until June.
But sometimes the negotiations go haywire because what they're saying makes absolutely no sense. Let me ask you, how long have you been doing astrology?
Half a century.
A long time, right? So if I were to tell you how to do it, starting tomorrow, me to me, not anybody else saying, just me. And you look at me, you says, what are you talking about? I mean, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but I think I do. I think I do. And I'm throwing these ideas at you. How do you handle that? What do you tell me?
I would look at what your suggestion is and see if it can fit into my format.
But you know it's not, because you've been formatted for half a century. And the way you do it is the way it's always worked. So unless I throw a pebble in the river and it gives you all these new ideas, you're probably, if I tell you to do it the wrong way, you're going to look at me and say, well, I appreciate your thought. I know you're going to be nice about it, but do you do it?
No, not if it's not going to be successful.
Well, that's what's going on around everybody right now. Everybody has an idea. Everybody. But the problem we have is that these ideas have either been tried, they didn't work, or people just don't want to listen to the fact that there's another side to the moon. And you saw they sent the ship up there, and they saw there is another side to the moon.
So if their idea doesn't work, can you put in writing how it could work or why it won't work and which direction it should go in?
You see, but that's interesting, because you want me to put in writing to stipulate how it doesn't work. That's how you get into the soup. Because the moment I do that, you're going to be confronted with something in writing, and we're going to go back and forth with this thing. If you were to tell me, Freddy, this is what's going to happen, don't sign contracts until the 16th of March, I listen. Because you've been there. How in the world can I go against somebody who's been doing this for half a century?
People do, and then they end up having issues.
There you have it. And that's the bottom line to that.
So the Mercury retrograde it goes into storm on March 11th, which means it starts slowing down before the retrograde movement. Then it goes fully retrograde on the 14th and is retrograde for 3 weeks.
So you shouldn't do anything in retrograde.
There's going to be changes, and people are going to, fall through on promises. So you have to have alternate plans, and you have to prepare for 3 weeks of a rainy day where you may not see the income that you were expecting.
There you go. Okay, that's a good warning. Go ahead.
And then
when does that start?
Middle of March.
That starts on the 11th. The other side of it is that once that Mars goes forward, then you're going to end up with a better situation, a better deal, a better opportunity that's going to be to your advantage.
That's in April?
And then at the end of March and April, and then in June, Jupiter changes into Cancer, which is positive for Pisces. So then you'll have a whole year where you should have increased opportunities, increased income, and more creativity.
Well, I hope so, because I'll be broke by the time I get to April, but that's okay. So for my birthday, I'm going to stay home and not get out of bed. So I'll see you in April, because that's the only thing left. Forget about everything that's on the blueprint. I ain't doing it. I'm not going to do it, because if I go to this thing, I may fall into a ditch and break an ankle.
Well, you can see the pitfalls, so try to avoid them.
Now I'm feeling them, because everything I was feeling now you're just telling me, which is just simply marvelous. It's a good day.
Or you can believe in the pitfalls, or you believe in the hope that
You
you're
can't
looking
believe
at
in
3
the hope
weeks.
if there's
Why
a
can't you
pitfall.
believe in
So
hope?
you already know what I'm telling you.
I do.
I'm giving you the dates.
I know.
Actual
which I really,
days.
really welcome. Thank you very much, Lucy. Thank you very much. Yes. So I'm going to spend from the 11th to the end of March in bed.
The point
gonna wait.
is, the node is in Pisces, your sign. So as I said, you get to go do a higher work that your experience, especially over the past 2 years, is going to give you a higher work. So if right now you're functioning at the level you functioned at before and it comes to a halt, it's because when the planets clear, you're going to be ready to do a higher work, a higher calling, reach more people,
In April.
have more influence,
Yeah.
and by June you should start realizing
Now it's
financial
June.
benefits.
Okay, I got it. I understand what you're saying.
There's going to be no living with him for the next 3 weeks to 3 months, is all I can tell
Just
you.
gonna-
Well, you know,
G-Man, you're
new
gonna light a
people
candle
will
for
come
us.
into your life, people from the past with Venus retrograde, women, people from the past.
More women
that
coming
have
into your life.
floated ideas that faded away will come back, or you should contact them and rework everything, have meetings, and just not finalize anything, but have everything ready to go.
What happened to the Capricorn?
He got lost in the juice.
All those cards I gave you, Brianna.
It's not only Pisces, it's everybody's affected by this, correct?
Well, you know, Jupiter is square Pisces, so yes, everybody's affected, but we have hopes for the future. Things are looking a lot better than they did a year ago.
In June.
Hope. You got to have some hope.
Angel. But this is the thing that always gets to me. So you're addressing to a Pisces. So let's say that there's a Capricorn over there. Let's say there's a guy. And I'm trying to have a business deal with a Capricorn. What do I do? Do I do the deal? Don't do the deal? Is it going to make does it change because there's a Capricorn involved?
Capricorn has Mars opposing in Cancer. So Capricorn is more careful about how they're going to spend their money. They're more worried about financial security for the future. But Pisces is positive to Capricorn. And then those business ideas, those business prospects, once Jupiter goes into Cancer, which will be opposite Capricorn, in the partnership house, Capricorn will start making money and benefiting. But right now, they're just kind of feeling around, and they feel like maybe they've lost their edge because Pluto went out of Capricorn, but they should have made major changes. They should have a new approach, and Pluto in Aquarius is going to head towards their house of income, earned income, and that should improve it.
Got all
But
that?
Capricorn right now is in a good cycle, except relationships are iffy because Venus and Mars are in negative aspect, and so to move ahead with relationships right now, they're not sure.
Very good.
All right.
You're-
How do
you're-
people
you're
find you? A
amazing.
lot of information on that one.
You're depressing. I mean, you're amazing.
Don't break up. Work it out. Don't sign deals after March 11th for a few weeks. Just get them in alignment, and then we're good to go.
Don't leave your bedroom.
Don't
Stay
call
in
Freddie.
bed. Stay in bed. Don't
Freddie,
call
'cause
me.
He has no hope.
I'm done.
He has given up hope,
I'm hanging
Helen.
it up until the end of April or
And
the
then,
end of
of
March.
course, the travel. Watch out for
gosh.
travel. We've had all the air disasters. This is part of the eclipse. And the Jupiter and Pluto in air signs. And I said that last summer. We have to watch out for air travel. Try not to travel during the eclipses. So that's all I can say.
Wait
Be
until the
careful.
end of March again to travel.
Just be careful. Have an alternate plan. And if you feel that something's wrong, you listen to your intuition. If you feel that something's not right, if you don't feel right about going, don't go.
Don't go.
Change your plans.
I gotta tell you, you know what the scariest thing is? Walking outside a plane landing on me. Forget about being on a plane.
Well, that was that plane, that helicopter that crashed across the street from my house almost 2 years ago. There's still a hole in that roof where the helicopter went down.
Went down.
And it
That's the
was very
medevac.
scary. I was sitting on my porch and I heard that thing and I said, it's going to crash. And I didn't know where it was going to crash.
That's the scariest thing. You don't know what's coming down. You don't know. There is also satellites apparently that are beginning to come and crash back to Earth. They're supposed to burn out in the atmosphere, and they're just making it through and falling as well.
Weird occurrences, unexpected happenings, strange crimes. Those are all part of that total lunar eclipse.
It's totally lunar.
Will a plane be landing on me soon?
Keep talking.
No planes, but we're going to take a commercial
Could
break.
be a helicopter.
You can find Helen at Cosmic Astrology Society on Facebook and on TikTok with 2 Ks, I just realized. Never knew.
TikTok is a C and a K.
No Cs, only Ks.
It's 2 C's.
Where's there a C?
TikTok.
There are 2 Ks.
It's okay.
I thought there were 2 C's.
No, Ks.
What do I know? I'm entering the zone. It's already begun.
He's already
It's
in
already
the zone
begun.
of
I'm
the
in trouble.
K. All right, more to come. Helen Archer, thank you so much. More to come on the other side of this commercial break, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
Amp Media Productions is proud to announce a collaboration with ABC WPBF, producing high-quality commercials for clients in Palm Beach County. This partnership will leverage AMP Media's creative expertise and video production capabilities with ABC's extensive reach and community connections to deliver top-notch advertising solutions. Contact AMP Media Productions today to amplify your impact in business on ABC WPBF.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, your family, your business, your peace of mind, you need reliable fire protection. Introducing All Fire Extinguisher Depot, Fire Extinguisher Service. Our certified technicians ensure your extinguishers are always ready to respond to emergencies. Before and after, we leave your fire safety in top-notch condition. Join the many satisfied clients who trust All Fire Extinguisher Depot for fire extinguisher service. Because when it comes to fire safety, there's no compromise. Contact All Fire Extinguisher Depot at 786-704-2750 to get your extinguisher service today. Your safety is our priority. That's at 786-704-2750. All Fire Extinguisher Depot, protecting what matters.
Breaking news, aliens have finally made contact with. Welcome to the AMP Media Studios here in beautiful downtown Boca Raton.
In conjunction with True Oldies Radio South Florida, AMP Media Productions is here to help amplify your impact in business and to bring greater awareness to our community. Give us a call, 866-224-5422. We'll see you soon at the cafe.
And like I always say, come on down and visit us and don't be late.
Known for his Art Deco Cubist style and compositions with dancing saturated color, Ken Bieberman has lived and breathed art his whole life. From the early 80s, he's influenced the Art Deco district of Miami Beach. Featured in numerous restoration projects, hotels, galleries, and clubs, Bieberman creates for everyday folks and celebrity clientele. He's also the proprietor of Art Repro, a giclée and scanning company in Pompano Beach. When it comes to scanning high resolution, size is not an issue. Professionally scanning art up to 10 feet and 64 inches in width, Art Repro utilizes state-of-the-art equipment. On quality canvas or paper, archival ink and printing mediums are put to use. Art Repro ensures colors are true and every nuance of the art is captured, including the canvas weave. Perfection is the priority. Contact artist Ken Bieberman today at 954-547-0095 or visit his website www.artrepro.net.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
Welcome. Happy Tuesday, the 25th. Today is, I believe it's National Chocolate Covered Nut Day. I think specifically peanuts. So, I don't know, just started off. My favorite nut, I think, has to be either cashews or pistachio nut. And I really enjoy dark chocolate. So I think either one of those covered in dark chocolate would be chef's kiss from an actual chef.
Alright, my favorite chocolate is milk chocolate, and my favorite nut is probably a cashew, but I also like peanuts.
I'm gonna say my favorite chocolate is actually this Brazilian chocolate. It's called batom. It's really good, but they don't really have it here, so. And I don't really have a favorite nut, just peanuts, I guess.
I would have to say I really like dark chocolate, but if you're going for like a specific chocolate candy, you have to be like the Ferrero Rochers, and I don't really eat peanuts or nuts, so I guess peanuts.
Me, I like mostly every kind of chocolate. I do have a fondness for Reese's, and I definitely like flavored nuts, like say honey roasted cashews, or at Aldi's the dill pickle one.
And today is Chocolate Nut Day, right? Is that what
Chocolate Covered Nut Day. Chocolate Covered Nut Day.
Stuff.
What's your favorite nut? Chocolate Covered Nut.
I don't have I like M&M's with peanuts back in the day. That's a chocolate covered nut.
That's a chocolate covered nut.
Those are the best.
I like the chocolate-covered almonds. Those are like freaking addicting when you get those.
Chocolate-covered cherries or
Those aren't nuts.
strawberries.
Those aren't nuts.
Well, they
That's
are
like
if you
a
eat enough of them, you'll get nuts.
Anyway, that piece was put together by two of our crew members. Jay, what's your favorite chocolate-covered nut? Do you eat them? She doesn't eat them. All right, moving on.
Jeez.
And we've got this day in history. So Michael put this together. I guarantee you there's something about him being a pirate, but we're going to find out what happened this
Let's see if
day
Michael's a
in
pirate.
history.
On February 25, 1828, John Adams, son of President John Quincy Adams, marries his first cousin and inadvertently follows a pattern of keeping marriages within the family. On February 25, 1964, 22-year-old Cassius Clay shocks the odds makers by dethroning world heavyweight boxing champ Sonny Liston in a seventh-round technical knockout. On February 25, 1862, the U.S. Congress passes the Legal Tender Act, authorizing the use of paper notes to pay the government's bills.
Yeah, Muhammad Ali became champion of the world by beating Sonny Liston. That was the fight that nobody ever thought Muhammad had any chance of beating Sonny Liston. Any chance. And he beat him.
What an icon. Saw Roberta Flack passed away.
I saw that she died 88.
If you listen to her music, I don't know if they know her music, but this has me thinking, I guess I'm getting older, right? I'm approaching another year around the sun, which is funny because every day we're closer to the year until that day and it's like a whole nother year. But anyway, like what legacy is it that you want to leave? What message are you leaving? What are people going to remember you by? This is what I'm thinking about me. Like, what are people going to remember me by? What's my legacy? What, when I pass, are they going to go, oh, she was great at what? Like, don't you think regular people who aren't famous
That's such
think
a
about
leading
that?
question. No, because
Do you ever think about that?
I don't care about a legacy. If people say he was a wise guy when he was here or whatever, and they say whatever they say, they're only going to remember you for the first 10 seconds anyway.
That's not true. You don't want to leave like an impactful, positive change in the landscape of
Yeah, I'm going to leave a dent in the earth. I'm going to be a giant meteor. I'm going to jump out of a plane and make a hole. What?
Don't you feel you want to leave like a positive impact on the world?
Why would I want to do that?
Why wouldn't you?
Oh, you do that.
I'm trying to. I would like
That's
to.
what they're going to remember, the one that tried to, and then 10 seconds later they're going to forget all about you.
That's not nice. That's really not nice. Happy birthday to you, too.
Happy birthday. I'm talking about myself.
But you never think about that? I never did when I was their age, but the older I get, the more I see icons are passing away. You only hear about the famous people passing away, right? You see the baseball players, you look at the Pope and what his legacy is going to be at someday he will pass, right? He's 88. Roberta Flack, of what that all looks like. Tony Bennett. They left these amazing, lasting
But
legacies.
those are legacies.
But
those
what
people
makes
that
their
you're
legacy-
talking about,
Yes.
Pete Rose, these are people that I grew
Right.
up watching, wishing that I can mimic them and be them. But nobody wants to be me.
I didn't say they want to be you, but don't you want them to say, I remember him because he did this?
He went camping. Well, what do you want me to say? No, it's never going to happen, so I don't think about it that
Why
way.
do you not think about that? I think about it because I'd
Well,
like to
you're
be remembered
mental.
like I left a
You're
positive
crazy.
impact, a positive legacy on something in this world. Or why are we
I
doing
left no
what,
debt.
Or why are we doing what we do? And like, why were we brought to this earth? I need Sally here is what I need. Why are we even here in this physical life right now if we're not here to fulfill a calling or a purpose?
Well, you could be fulfilling a calling, but I don't think that you should build a statue
I
of
didn't say build a
legacy.
statue.
You know what I mean? A statue, a remembrance of legacy. You don't build that
Like you
kind
don't
of-
hear about other people, regular everyday people that pass and what they've done. You only hear about greatness, but everyday people leave a legacy to their family as well
How do they do that?
by doing what they do.
They leave a memory,
What's the
not a
difference?
legacy. Well, a legacy sort of, it grows out of something that you were, like Jesus or Moses.
Well, no one else is
or,
Jesus or Moses.
But these are legacies. These are legacies that they left behind.
Icons.
The followings. You could do a sports legend. Pete Rose being the all-time baseball hitter. You could do Hank Aaron, a home run queen. You could do Joe Namath beating the Baltimore Colts. They thought never would happen. Muhammad Ali becoming champion of the world. Those are all legends.
So to leave a legacy, you have to be a legend.
It helps. It helps. Because otherwise, you just become a memory. And then it all depends on the amount of memory. Like maybe Brianna remembers me. Maybe Jay remembers me. And it's getting real small and tight in that circle. It gets smaller.
Who remembers you?
That's your own legacy. A legacy doesn't always have to be on like a national level.
But a legacy is the memory you leave somebody. Like, trust you me, you're going to be a legacy in my world because I take an aspirin every morning. Or two. That's a legacy. Consistency legacy.
But you never think about it.
Oh, trust me. I think about it.
Then I think you just get angry.
No,
I don't know.
I
I'd
don't
like
get
to
angry.
leave this world and know that I've done something positive, made a positive impact
Like what?
on society as a whole.
And society.
Yes.
On society. You want that big legacy.
Why not? Why not try to leave
So go for politics and win. Or run.
I don't do politics, but I believe in standing up for what I believe in.
Well, go out and burn your bra down on 20th Street.
No, I
You get
don't.
plenty of
That's
attention.
not the way I do things. I'm just saying I would like to leave a positive impact on the world.
Well, Mrs. Santa Claus, I don't know what to tell you because to leave a legacy
Because
nowadays.
you're going to bed for the next 3 weeks.
I'm not doing nothing. My legacy says sleep and wait till March is over. I'm not even
That's
celebrating
not a legacy.
my birthday.
That's just giving up.
That's my legacy. It's
Your
a memory
legacy
of not
walked in
doing.
the door. Well, one of your legacies walked in the door here today to celebrate his birthday.
How is my son a legacy?
Because he carries on your exact name.
He took my name because his mother gave it to him.
His mother gave it to him. He didn't take it.
Yeah,
It was
so
given to him
but
as a
what's
gift.
a legacy? That I had 2 kids?
Jay, what's the difference between a legacy and a memory?
Memory.
I'm gonna ask,
You said a legacy and what?
a memory.
And a memory.
What's the difference?
What's the
G?
difference?
The difference between a legacy and a memory. A memory is pretty much you could something that could wither away. A legacy doesn't wither away.
Okay, memory. You
So it
forget. A
stays
legacy
longer.
Lingers.
Yeah, it lingers longer.
So like the clap stays forever. That's a legacy.
If she gave it to you, then yes.
Not this type of clap, I can tell you that.
I know what type. I already know what type of clap. You
Wow.
Isn't there medication for that?
But it lingers, it never goes away. You never lose you never lose it. It stays in your body no matter what.
Like herpes. But
Like herpes
wow,
never goes away
this is
either.
what's wrong with you.
That boy, NBA young boy, forever got it.
I'm just telling you, those are legacies then according to if it doesn't go away.
I don't think that's how it works.
You see, you only want the good news. You only want the good legacy, right? You want to be
Let me
good.
hear a bad legacy.
Clap.
Or the clap.
I don't know. I feel like
It's a disease.
if I'm here on this earth for this physical life that I'm here, I should be doing something with the gift I've been given.
Now, let me tell you something. Bonnie and Clyde and Al Capone were gangsters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And their legacy lingers because they were gangsters. They did something infamous
yeah.
for gangstering. So if you want to leave a
I don't want to leave
legacy,
that kind of legacy.
then do something negative.
I don't do negative.
Well, then you're never going to be a legacy.
That's so negative.
You're going to be a positive. Walk across the world and everybody and give them all a glass of water.
I don't know. Mother Teresa left a lasting legacy.
What was her legacy?
Mother Teresa?
Yeah.
What did she do?
Giving, charity.
Yeah.
Where did she get the money to do that?
God?
You see, the problem is if you look into Mother Teresa, if she had the finances to do this, then she created a legacy by giving it away. The legacy is giving. You could do that. Go all over the world and just give.
It's kind of what we do here, isn't it?
No, we don't do that here.
Really?
No.
What?
You see, you measure legacy. What we give away, I can't even put
But
my
how do
fingers
you
close
how
enough.
do you measure what's significant of giving compared to one another?
But you do that.
I do it. I'm not measuring.
You're measuring.
No, you just went like this, not me.
Yeah, because to me, a legacy is not what I give. It's a legacy in my mind is how people
No,
perceive
that was
me
Mother
because they got.
Teresa's legacy that she gave.
But what did she give?
Time, hope,
Time? I can do
compassion.
that. How much time you want? I give you all the time. Put it in an envelope and
legacy is like you have to leave like a painting or music or something behind.
A painting?
Yeah.
You want me to draw something
No, I
for
think
you?
it's got to be something intrinsic.
What does
to
that
who
mean?
you are.
You want a piece of my hair?
That's not
In
intrinsic.
an envelope?
That's not intrinsic.
But you see,
thank you
anything
for
I
playing.
give you is not going to create a legacy. No matter what I give you.
There's so many Freddyisms in my brain that leave a
Well,
legacy.
there you go. Those are my legacies. I'm going to leave you all of the Freddyisms.
I got Bello. I got Bello.
Like Bello. My frozen Bello will be my legacy. Can you imagine?
I don't know.
I have
kinda feel
nothing
like
to leave behind.
That's not
How sad is
true.
that? It is true.
Your mind, your intuition, everything that you've given to people.
Yeah, you can get that
You
in a
can't get
Lima
that
for 5
anywhere
cents.
else. No, you don't get that anywhere else.
No, it's in your. It's not my perception. Is yours.
How many people you say good morning to every day?
3.
A lot. You're always like watering down what you do.
Because I say good morning. Is that a legacy? I say good morning to you.
No,
That's
but
a
what?
legacy.
But what
I
that?
read a quote that's like you don't remember exactly what everyone does, but you remember how they made you feel. So if you
Right.
say good morning every day to someone and you make them smile every day, they're gonna remember you.
Exactly.
You say good morning to somebody every day. How you make them feel becomes a legacy. That's rich. Okay.
How you make people feel when you're nice.
That's the other thing. I'm judged.
You're not judged.
They'll say, some people would say sour, and some people would say bitter, and some people would say vinegar. So there's my legacy. I come in flavors.
You're just being negative today.
I'm
It's
not
not
being
even your
negative. It's
birthday,
like
and
you're
going back to
asking
bed.
about. First of all, I find out on my birthday.
Have a bad month.
I'm gonna have a bad month until my birthday is over.
Everyone's going to have that kind of month.
So what kind of legacy do you want to leave?
Well, you don't give into it, don't you? Continue to push forward to leave your legacy.
So you want me to smack my head against the wall?
I feel like we don't
You
give
want,
up.
you want to see blood stains
Because
on the
if
wall?
you give up, then you're like every other person that gives up.
I didn't say I was giving up.
You're
I
just
said
going to bed.
I'm just being consistently careful.
I don't know. There's got to be more to life than.
You're looking for your legacy. I wish you all the luck. Listen, 888-224-5422. Call in.
Freddy.
Or what's his number? 994-4995 Studio 8. Call in and wish Dawn that the legacy she wants to have is moving forward. Give her a vote of confidence.
Maybe that's the legacy, is giving people confidence that they can be the best they can be. Giving hope and something intrinsic, internal, that they continue to
You
believe in.
just love that word intrinsic. Because you know, I don't know what the hell it
It's
means.
what's within you, not what you look like or
But
what
there
you
you
wear.
have your legacy. You just described it.
Yeah, but
So what are you looking for?
what's yours?
Mine? I don't need to have one. I don't need to have a legacy. It's
Looking
okay.
for it. It's like looking for Mr. Goodbar. Anyway.
It's a good movie.
You ready to wrap this up?
Yeah, now that I'm doubly depressed,
I was trying to
enlighten me
enlighten you, not for
with
you
depression.
to be depressed.
You're just throwing me more under the bus.
No, not
putting
at
it
all.
in reverse.
I was trying
running
you
me over.
to realize and think about the importance that you are to so many people. Like Roberta Flack.
Oh, me and Roberta go back a long way. Me and Roberta spent a lot of nights, her singing and me drinking. So all I gotta say, me and her had a intimate relationship on the board of music.
Do you ever sit back and look at your life and see all the good things that you've done?
I don't do that no more because I get depressed.
You guys, I'm in a no-win situation here.
I see good stuff, yes, once in a while.
Which is why you wear black and I wear white. So again,
Wow.
the opposite of. See that? Look at this. But we do kind
But
of match.
you have black
I've got
on.
black in my dress, so our crew would be very impressed that we actually match. Wardrobe.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but
Have
okay.
a great afternoon, everyone. Stay safe, be kind to each other. Follow Helen at Cosmic Astrology Society. You can follow us here at brooklyncafe.tv. Like and subscribe to all of our shows on the YouTube channel, Amp Media Productions, as well as the Brooklyn Cafe Show. If Brianna calls you, pick up. She's got a great opportunity and offer for you right
Great
here
offer.
in the studio. Check your inbox for the newsletter. The Cafe Gazette went out this morning. February is all about love and hope and giving back. Have a great afternoon, and we will see you tomorrow.
And share your legacy with us. Give us a call. Come on down. I want to hear what it's all about. Don't be late.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddy S will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.